What's up, guys? Today we're coming at you with a Paleo Frog deck profile. I know you're seeing this deck around everywhere, but we want to give our own little twist to it. So let's jump into the deck profile and let's see what we're coming at you with. We're running 3 Swamp Frog. Swamp Frog, you gotta run him. He's the main core to the deck. You get him out there, get them special summons. When you pitch a frog with him, get your play started from there. We're running 3 Duke Frog. Duke Frog is all around good to help you get to your Swamp Frog whenever it's destroyed. And also on top of that, if you get 2 of these out there, get that free little lockout on your opponent. I'm running 2 Poison Draw Frog, and the reason why I'm running this is just to make sure I got extra frog fodder, just to be able to make sure I get the rodent totem plays going, and also too, if he gets destroyed, get that draw. Running 2 rodent totem. Running 2 rodent totem because you gotta have him just like Swamp Frog. He does so many good plays. Banish out a frog out of the graveyard, special summoning, and he's got a nice little booty on him too. And we're also running 3 Absolute King Backjack, and this card is just oh so good in the deck. The fact that you can, when he's destroyed or sent to the graveyard, just sent to the graveyard in general, you look at the top 3, place them in any order you want. Then on top of that, banish the card, banish him out of the graveyard. If it's a normal trap card, reveal it to your opponent, set it on the field. If it's not, mail it to the graveyard. So this card helps you get a lot of setup plays going that you really wouldn't get where you would be playing card like Card Demise or things like that where you're just drawing through it. This way you actually get to set it up and you're not really wasting a lot of resources. But that is it for our monsters. For our spell cards, running 1 Soul Charge because the deck can make some real nutty plays, and when you Soul Charge, you're really able to really set up this board really nutty like. So 1 Soul Charge is really good. And we're running 1 Foolish Burial just to be able to make sure we get that rodent toad in the graveyard or whatever Absolute King Backjack you might want in there to get some plays started. But that is it for our spell cards. For our trap cards, we're running 3 Paleozoic Marmelo. This card it's so good. I really like this card. And I like this card really better out of all of the Paleozoics. The reason why is it allows you to send a trap card to the graveyard, and that helps you a lot with like Lost Winds, things like that. But to be able to send a trap, that can help you get your plays started. So I like to run 3 of it. We're running 3 Paleozoic Oline, and the reason why we like her is our good MST. Like I said, all the Paleozoics get the effect that when you start a chain, you chain one of them in the graveyard, special summon it, destroy a card or something of that nature. Some way to get a chain started, you get special summon one. They're all unaffected by monster effects, so I like that effect a lot. Running 3 Canadia. Canadia is just good for making sure you get that defensive play going. You don't want your opponent getting too crazy on you, so you make sure you can get those plays going and slow them down as much as possible. We're running 2 of the Dino. This card, I like it, but I don't like the discard for it, and that's the reason why I decided to cut it down to 2. It's very, very good, but to me, the discard makes it situational, and I don't want to discard. So to me, running 2 of this, making sure when my opponent gets a card out there I don't want to see, that's when I want to use this card. And we're running 1 Paleozoic Lean. This card is just good for making sure it helps you get your frogs back, things like that. Other Paleozoic cards that might get banished, be able to drag them back and get other plays away from there. I'm running 3 Jar of Greed, instead of Pot of Desires. To me, Desires, it is good for this deck. It really is. You're running a lot of 3-ofs, but I don't want to. I'm running 40 cards, so I don't want to mill out 10 and then worry about an Ash. I'd much rather Ash hit this, and I'm not really giving up that much of a resource. Also on top of that, I can use this for Absolute King Backjack, reveal it, play it face down, get the effect, flip it back face up, and then keep going my plays from there. Also too, can help us also chain my Paleozoic, so that's another reason why I wanted to use this over Desires. I'm running 3 Reckless Greed because, like I said, you want to draw as fast as possible in this deck. You want to mill through it. You want to sit there and just keep going for days. just want to make sure that whenever you play one of these, you have another card that helps you through your draw phase. That way you're not sitting there dead in yourself. Running 2 Lost Wind, and I really enjoy this card because of the Paleozoic monster, that the trap that sends them from the deck straight to the graveyard. And the reason why I like that is I can end up using it and setting it. That way it's a way to mill out the deck and at the same time still get a trap set so I can chain it next turn if I have to or something like that. But Lost Wind is very good. The fact that it cuts the opponent's monster's attack by half and it's permanent, and also on top of that, the fact that you're allowed to use it twice if you do it. So if you set it one turn, you use the effect, it's in the graveyard, your opponent special summons a monster, guess what? Bring that back, set it on the field. You get to use it twice, so it's like having 4 trap cards in one, or 2 trap cards in one, so I like that. We're running 2 Mirror Force just because sometimes the battle traps you need them just to be able to make sure your opponent doesn't get a little too wild over there. And lastly, we're running the Solemn Brigade in 1 Solemn Warning and 2 Solemn Strike. This right here, Solemn Strikes are really good right now. You're able to get them easy to a degree, but to be able to have this lineup in Paleozoics helps out a lot. But that is it for our main deck. For our extra deck, we're running 3 Totally Awesome. This card, you know, ever since the release of Starboy, to be able to get 3 of these out there, or even 2 of them out there, really put this deck in a good position. And this deck is really a deck that can really catch you off guard, and if you're not really paying attention, it will really slip the game away from you. We're running 1 Paleozoic Armano. This card, I like it to the fact that it's just a good beater for the Paleozoics, but it helps out a lot in your late games and really put pressure on your opponent. So I like this card a lot. I like running 2 Paleozoic Obina. This card is good because it allows you to activate those traps in the hand, and that could be very, 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 very crucial. And I like that a lot. And to me, this card with a card like Proxy Dragon beside of it creates a pretty good little defensive wall where your opponent has to really work at trying to get around it. And it makes it really hard for your opponent to really do plays that they want to do when it's like this, because you're dropping traps from hand, activating traps, doing this thing where it's not wanting to remove cards and things like that, and it makes a really good lock for your opponent. So these Paleozoic are really, really good in my opinion. They're really crafty. Next, I'm running 1 Number F Utopic Future. This card is just good, you know, it's like the old school Dante play with your Totally Awesomes, you know, to be able to get 2 of these underlaid underneath it, just keep getting plays after that, and it's hard to kill, and you're just gonna snatch steal anything that's on your opponent's side, so it could be really iffy for your opponent. Because we're in the Link era, we're running 2 Mr. Starboy. This guy gives all the Paleozoics, all the frogs, a 500 boost because they're waters, and to help you get 2 link spots opened up. Very good. We're running 2 Proxy Dragon. Proxy Dragon just to make sure we can get 3 spots open up if we need to, and or even help us to get either 2 our mutual links that we need to get into. Running 2 Firewall Dragons just because Firewall can help you get into some real nutty plays, and like I said, the deck can really get some real nutty plays where it can lock out your opponent, and your opponent really won't see it coming in the deck. But the fact that Firewall can bounce cards back, special come summon cards from hand, and also do the mutual link where it locks out your opponent altogether could be very crucial. And lastly, we're running 2 Gaia Saber just because Gaia Saber is a 3, it's easy to make, and also 2, it's a 26 beater. But that is it for the deck profile, guys. Let us know what you think. We're out.